One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to ZANIS News. My name is Nora Chimupi and my sign language interpreter is Renard Sikonda. The headlines. President Hichilema graces Malaila traditional ceremony. Luansha Fisenge Masangano roadworks progress. Plus, construction of multi-million kwacha seed plant in Kawe nears completion. And now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has called on the Zambians to continue uniting and working together in order to address the challenges that the country is faced with, such as the drought and electricity. President Hichilema says government is working hard to ensure that people are sustained during the period and beyond. The head of state said this when he addressed a crowd that welcomed him at Mfuwe International Airport in Mambwe district to grace Malaila traditional ceremony of the Kunda people.
President Hakainde Hichilema touched down at Mfuwe International Airport in Mambwe district to a thunderous welcome as magnitudes gathered to welcome him. Addressing the people, the president assured them that government is working to address the current challenges the country is faced with.
We are going through one of the most difficult times in our country, Chilala. Drought. Tinayambira na COVID, kwabwera cholera, number 2. Number 3, Chilala. And I want to ask our people that we must work together. Sevenzele pamos. Tigwirizane. Timenye njala. As you have heard from my friends, we are working hard. Your government is working hard to deliver chakudya kubantu. Stifuna muntu olomozi kuti afena njala. That's the love we have for you.
This message has reassured the people as they went on to commend government for the milestones recorded in the development agenda.
You can enjoy, we have enjoyed our peace. You can go in the market, you can put on a different regalia of any party. Nobody is going to harass you. So grateful for that security and the peace that the government is giving us. Thank you.
You have implemented building up the chief palaces. Where are the chief palaces? They were just benzonkala chabe wakakala waka mumanyumba ya heni tumanyumba tudoko waka.
People are really benefiting and they are really happy on the program of CDF. Many are getting monies which they have never gotten before. Tikamba kuti ziko ma president vatu. Ma hospitals here panga CDF ya mene imwe munatiletera notishitira increase.
This was emphasized by the presidential political advisor Levi Ngoma.
Students could not afford a meal. They were not being given any meal allowance because it was abolished by the previous regime. Come HH, he lived through his promise to reinstate meal allowance. Now, President HH has not just reinstated meal allowance at Copperbelt University and University of Zambia, but he has extended it to the other 6 more public universities. The 3 years of President HH has brought about peace. The 3 years of President HH has brought about order in this country. Yes, there could be, there are challenges, not they could be, there are challenges. Like I've said, the energy sector, because caused by the drought, the food situation, the cost of living, those are challenges. But it is work in progress.
Abigail Kashweka reporting for ZANIS in Mambwe district.
President Hakainde Hichilema says the government will work with traditional leaders to overcome the effects of the drought that the country is currently grappling with. The head of state said this when he graced the 2024 Malaila traditional ceremony of the Kunda people of Mambwe district in Eastern Province under the theme promoting environmental sustainability and food security through traditional and cultural heritage. President Hakainde Hichilema has officially commissioned the new Mambwe District Hospital, constructed at a cost of 26 million United States dollars. The district hospital is equipped with 2 advanced operating theaters, a CT scan, and an oxygen plant, among others. And speaking when he commissioned the first ever modern hospital in Mambwe, President Hichilema emphasized government's commitment to improve healthcare services in the country, particularly in rural areas where access to advanced medical facilities has been limited. President Hakainde Hichilema is tomorrow expected to grace this year's Luanza traditional ceremony of the Lundwe people in Wengwa Monze district, Southern Province. Minister Credo Nanjua confirmed the development to ZANIS in Choma. Meanwhile, Luanza Traditional Ceremony Publicity Committee Chairperson Mike Munkombwe said 55 chiefs from the expected 70 have so far confirmed their attendance, while 10,000 people are also expected to attend the ceremony.
Cultural heritage such as Luanza Traditional Ceremony of the Lundwe people of Chief Hamsonde in Wengwa, in Monze district, and the magical Luanza River holds valuable insights into livestock rearing and the well-being of the community. This year's Luanza Traditional Ceremony will be graced by the Republican President Hakainde Hichilema.
It's a confirmation that we are making as provincial administration on behalf of the people of Southern Province that the President, His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, will be the guest of honor at the Luanza Traditional Ceremony in Monze. We are so grateful for this gesture by the President, and we want to support him with this commitment that is giving to the country, uniting the country, uniting the traditional leaders across the country. The Lundwe people of Wengwa, they are celebrating, they are demonstrating their wealth. The animals will be brought, which you are going to see. They are showcasing of the wealth that they have. But as provincial administration, that's what we are working on, leveraging on the policy direction of the government and the livestock, that we should now start creating value out of this wealth that the people in Wengwa, the people in Southern Province, they have been having for quite a long period of time.
55 chiefs have so far confirmed their attendance from the expected 70 chiefs, while about 10,000 people are expected to attend this year's ceremony.
70 chiefs were invited, and there is an indication that all the 70 will attend this year's traditional ceremony. We can approximate up to 10,000 revelers that will be at this year's Luanza traditional ceremony. We are ready to feed the people because in Wengwa we believe in meat eating. In Wengwa, people hear that we keep animals there. So people need to come there and learn how to keep animals, because livestock production is another business tomorrow. This year's ceremony is quite unique because we have introduced tourism components where we are going to take people from various tourism sites, and the president has been talking about this everywhere he goes, especially when he's gracing various traditional ceremonies, that no matter what, we are one in this country. This year's Luanza traditional ceremony will be celebrated under the theme unlocking economic development through culture preservation and business adaptation.
ZANIS in Choma, Southern Province.
Stay tuned for more interesting stories.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on ZANIS TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Eastern Province Minister Peter Piri has urged the police in the province not to be corrupt when dealing with cases of gender-based violence. Mr. Piri noted that the Provincial Health Office has this year received over 4,000 cases of GBV. The minister was speaking at the Eastern Province Gender-Based Violence Feedback Meeting with traditional leaders and enablers handover ceremony of assorted goods and bicycles across the province to enhance the fight against GBV. More in the following report.
1, 2, 3, go!
The fight of gender-based violence GBV in the province has taken a lead. This time, the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) has donated over 150 bicycles and other assorted goods to chiefs across the province to enable the sensitization programs on GBV-rich remote areas. Eastern Province Minister Peter Piri, who officiated at the handover ceremony to traditional leaders, urged stakeholders to be swift in handling cases of GBV.
And the Kambiri Chamele Chimachitika, it's corruption within our people. Where you find that Dr. Fanaka, a case is reported to the police because that person, wamene wachita report no sauka, uja wamene wangale wamuchita report kuja kuma police ni muntu ochita kokwi. Muzapezeka kuti kwamene kuja, money will be exchanging hands. Nkani, muntu abwera kwati we are investigating. Kailaziba tuja no sauka saza bweraso. Sometimes I've found a situation where people have reported even to us. Some police officers, they even reach extents of intimidating the victims. So we need to work together.
And CDC Country Director Gary Cobb says the organization will continue rendering its support to end the trend.
Today, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, US CDC, is proud to hand over 164 bicycles, 231 bags, 248 gum boots, 80 umbrellas, and other assorted items. I'm hopeful that you, the traditional leaders, will use the bicycles and other assorted items that will be presented today as enablers to support community sensitization and responding to GBV. Additionally, we hope the enablers will strengthen and improve program implementation and quality and support of HIV/AIDS programs.
Meanwhile, the Provincial Health Office and the traditional leadership who were present at the handover have appreciated the gesture.
And today, we gather to examine how working together, traditional leadership can play a pivotal role in preventing and addressing GBV, while fostering a culture rooted in respect, equality, and also human dignity.
So tupemba uta polisi isebenzele pamozi. Chifukwa nasi tufunoziva kuti mulandu watakupasa noenda jani. Osati kungosirija mweka basi malu wako yayi. Niye kuti effort yasu ioneke ngapa licho tuchita. Tina makeses laki ina kuti makalkulate tukumana nao nutu ushataenzo tanga chitenja mfumu. Nenu zivana na akulaku niwani ngata mfuma tulakani PhD.
Tatso Dimbani, ZANIS News, in Chipata District, Eastern Province.
Northern Province Minister Leonard Mbao has reiterated government's commitment to unlocking the economic potential of the province. Mr. Mbao explained that this can be seen through the various developmental programs that the government is undertaking aimed at opening up investment opportunities of the province. The minister has further called on both local and foreign investors to take advantage of the introduction of flights to the province following the upgrading of Kasama Airport to explore the investment opportunities around the region. Let's get the details in the following report.
The construction of Kasama Airport has seen the introduction of flights to the province. This has helped to reduce the time of travel to and from the province. And now that the airport is fully operational, government is encouraging both local and foreign investors to come and explore the investment opportunities in the region.
It has always been the same, so there's potential in the northern sector. There's potential in terms of tourism, there's potential in terms of agriculture, there's potential in terms of whatever you can talk about. But the problem has been all talk about this, we talk about that. So this time now, government comes in to ensure that we do the basic infrastructure. First thing, ensure that there's connectivity so that the environment, Empire province and other provinces around the country, there's minimum infrastructure that is going to be okay. It's going to help investment.
Just landed from Lusaka to Kasama Airport, which approximately took us an hour and a half. And obviously this has improved in terms of transport time, traveling time, from here to Lusaka and vice versa. So it is important that everyone who wants to be fast to come and do work here or to work in Lusaka, we use this facility. Kasama Airport is meant for the people of Kasama, Northern Province, and the country.
The business community is elated with the coming of the airport and the subsequent introduction of airlines.
I'm really excited about the coming of ProFlights to Northern Province and the opening of the Kasama Airport, because this has eased our ways of traveling as business owners.
It's really helped us. It's a bit easier now. If somebody wants to travel to Lusaka, we just take him 1 hour, 30 minutes.
The upgrading of Kasama Airport was completed last year after works had stalled for a number of years. Nkoma reporting for ZANIS in Kasama.
Government says it is concerned with the low expenditure rates of the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, by local authorities in Eastern Province. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary, Technical Services, Nicholas Piri, says the rate of CDF by councils in the province of less than 50% is very worrying. Mr. Piri notes that the situation has prompted him to hold meetings with local authorities in order to find out challenges that lead to them having low expenditure rates. The Zambia News and Information Services reports that the PS said this when he paid a courtesy call on Acting Permanent Secretary for Eastern Province, Lewis Mwape, at his office. And Dr. Mwape said community participation in resource utilization is very important as it promotes accountability and transparency. He further added that President Hakainde Hichilema is highly committed to ensure that functions of government are devolved so that there is an interface between the citizens and the government.
In the province, there are local authorities that are doing extremely well in terms of expenditure on CDF projects, especially the community projects. PS will be happy to note that constituencies like Chama North, Chama South, Vubu, above 50%. Actually, for Chama North, the Chama South, they are above 90% in terms of their expenditure rate. Vubu is around 60%, 57%, I think, to be precise. But there are also local authorities, PS, within your province whose expenditure trends are rather worrying. As a province, your burn rate is less than 50%, and even the rate at which you are now is principally driven by 3 constituencies, that is Vubu, Chama North, and Chama South. The rest of the constituencies, as individual constituencies, their burn rate is below 50%, and that is really worrying to us. And so our coming here is to interact with yourselves, with the local authorities, and just to appreciate what their challenges are, and indeed to promulgate together the solutions going forward. We're aware that last year government, through Circular number 2 of 2023, did devolve 8 functions to local authorities, including vehicle licensing, ambulance services, among several others, community sports, health, and so on and so forth. This year, according to the devolution implementation plan, government has devolved further 5 functions, among them district livestock services, district fishery services, community development, social welfare, and several others, but 5 in total. And arising from that, I think there's need for us to just go around and engage stakeholders and explain what it means. We've been having questions of people asking whether now it means that the social cash transfer, the food security packs will be administered by the local authorities. So we are here to explain that.
Community participation is essential. Community participation is very, very important. And if you are to advance or promote accountability and transparency in the resource utilization, I think our people need to be given space to participate in the undertaking of government. And that's why I think this government, the government of this excellent President Hakainde is highly committed to ensure that we devolve the functions of government so that there is an interface between the citizens and the government, and also state accountability to the citizens. For us, I think that is very key. And what is more important is also that the type of services that we are devolving, for example, livestock. Eastern Province is, as I indicated, it's an agricultural province. Livestock is very key, and the more we bring this closer to the people, the more we save our people better. So these services that have been additionally added to the devolution package or bouquet, if you like, I think it's a very, very good.
The construction of the Luanshya-Masangano-Fisenge Road, which was commissioned in June this year, is 70% completion. Speaking when he toured the road to see how far the project has gone, Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata says he is happy with the pace at which the contractor is moving. He noted that the road will boost economic activities in Luanshya, as it is the only road that farmers use to transport their farm produce to other districts on the Copperbelt province. Details in the following report.
This is Masangano-Fisenge Luanshya Road that was filled with potholes, making it difficult for people to transport their merchandise. To ease movements for residents of Luanshya to connect to other towns, government through the private-public partnership began to work on the road. Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson who has visited the site is happy with the progress.
Today's update focuses on Masangano-Fisenge Luanshya Road section, which has attained about 70% physical progress. Asphalt layer of 10 kilometers has been completed out of the 45 kilometers, while works on the drainage structures have been substantially completed. The top plaza works have also progressed. This road is extremely key to the farming area because this place is full of farming activities, transportation of goods, business fraternity, and all sorts of things happening, linking Luanshya and the other part of Copperbelt. So we can see that it's at 70%, quite impressed as government.
Luanshya residents are happy with the works done so far.
So impressed as a Luanshya resident because there are so many, even if I'm saying we are, because looking at what is happening, it hasn't happened in a long time. You know, Luanshya having been declared as a dead town by so many people before, the opening up of this Luanshya and the coming in of 28 shafts, and the investment that is coming on the mines, because as you can see, this road actually is a leadway to Mpongo, which is also a vast economic activity in terms of agriculture, activities that have been taking shape in there. So the opening up of this town actually opens up Luanshya to be actually a conduit of development, because the activities of economic, the economic activities that are going to take shape in Mpongo, and the ones that actually the Kito people and the other parts of the Copperbelt who have easy access into Luanshya. So we are very happy to the government for having actually considered Luanshya in this massive development.
We used to face difficulties when moving because of the potholes. Once the road is completed, we will have less accidents.
The road is expected to be completed by 1st December 2024. Sheolin Mutinda, ZANIS in Luansha.
We take our second break. Stay tuned.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on ZANIS TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topster channel, channel 6 DTT, and channel 458 DTH.
Stakeholders in the education sector in Eastern Province have endorsed the proposed amendment of the Examination Council of Zambia Act No. 3 of 2023. Key to the proposal is the legal empowerment of the examination body to administer examinations and award teacher education diplomas in both public and private colleges of education. More in the following report.
After the approval in principle by Cabinet earlier this year to introduce a bill in Parliament to amend the Examinations Council of Zambia Act No. 3 of 2023 that will legally empower the institution to, among others, administer examinations in both public and private colleges of education, the Examinations Council of Zambia has engaged stakeholders in Eastern Province. ECZ Director for Test Development, Albert Siamnako, shared the benefits that come with the amendment bill.
Maintaining consistent and high-quality teacher education is crucial for ensuring educational standards at all levels. The need to centralize College of Education examinations and award of diplomas to ensure that graduates meet uniform standards of competence, as public and private colleges cannot administer examinations independently and award diplomas to their students. In addition, centralizing teacher education diploma examinations ensures consistent assessment practices across different teacher training institutions.
The proposed amendment bill has been endorsed by stakeholders who gathered in Chipata.
It is a good thing. It is welcome. Institute should conduct exam for all colleges of education in Zambia, private, public.
There was a lot of gravity on what was presented, and hence why everyone consented to the amendments which we have proposed. For the betterment of our country and in ourselves, as we try to rally behind you, we should have that informed perspective of what you are doing as a body.
Abigail Kashweka reporting in Chipata District.
A multi-million kwacha seed-making plant in Kabwe is nearing completion in Kabwe. Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa, who visited the plant, says government will continue to support investments that contribute to the diversification of the country's economy to agriculture. Mr. Shimwambwa said the seed processing plant by Bayer Zambia will not only create employment for the people of Kabwe, but will contribute to the country's target of increasing maize production. Details in the following report.
Kabwe is slowly awakening as an economic giant, as a number of economic activities are coming back in the district. Bayer Zambia is constructing a seed processing plant, which is set to employ over 300 workers. This development has cheered Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa, who visited the plant.
President Hakainde Hichilema, I think, indicated even in his campaigns that he will create jobs, working in partnership with the private sector. Today, Bear has demonstrated that partnership with government, and I think it brings a lot of excitement for us, first and foremost. Secondly, key production or key industry for us, among many other areas in the economic sector, apart from mining, is agriculture. I think in addition to what we want to do under agriculture to create 10 million tons per year, I think it's a demonstration of what partnerships can do to give us that outcome of 10 million tons. So ourselves were excited, the local farmers, those that are able to meet the standards of what the area is looking for. I think what an opportunity there is. Last year, in fact, for information, that we had a shortage of seed.
The contractors gave an update on the project.
We are putting up a seed processing plant. They're doing two products. It will be foundation seed and also commercial seed manufacturing. So we've got two phases to the project. What you may be seeing in the background, or part of it of the finished buildings, is the foundation seed side, which will be put into production going towards the end of the year, and then the commercial seed side will go into production going into the second quarter of 2025. So,
like you said, most of our subcontractor base we try to pull from Kabwe itself. Only what we cannot find in Kabwe we will then sort of go into the neighbouring areas, Lusaka and so on. So yeah, as a main contractor, we're basically responsible for the site management itself and providing sort of services and standby for the subcontractors that contribute to the final product.
Bear Seed Science Engineering Lead gave this update.
So actually the operations we had here, which was the towers, is getting too small. So we decided that we were going to put money here in the ground in Zambia. We're going to construct this facility here to supply seeds for Zambia, but also to Tanzania and Kenya. And so actually what we will do here is we will produce what we call foundation seed.
Meanwhile, the company is already planning to construct a modern police station and clinic at Prospect Police Station.
And what is more pleasing is that the company has shown a keen interest to partner with the police by promising to put up a modern police station at Prospect, which is a stone throw from where the investment is sitting.
Kelvin Tembo for ZANIS in Kabwe, Central Province.
Ministry of Green Economy and Environment Permanent Secretary Dauti Chibamba has called for the timely implementation of the set objectives of the Sustainable Luangwa project in Mafinga district. Dr. Chibamba says the project has mobilized key stakeholders to ensure that there is a coordination approach in the successful implementation of the project activities. Speaking during the inaugural National Steering Committee meeting for the Sustainable Luangwa project in Chinsali, Dr. Chibamba charged that it is government's desire to ensure that the goals set by the projects are time-bound and respond towards the intended objectives. Details in the following report by Henry Lumpa Jr.
In an effort to continue safeguarding the source of the Luangwa River in Mafinga district through the Sustainable Luangwa project, various stakeholders have started setting up a platform to ensure that the project yields its desired results. Ministry of Green Economy and Environment Permanent Secretary Dauti Chibamba is in Mchinga province to flag off the implementation process of the project. Speaking during an inaugural meeting for the National Steering Committee for the project in Chinsali district, Dr. Chibamba has since called for timely implementation of the project's objectives.
The project has mobilized key stakeholders to ensure a coordinated approach in the implementation of the project activities. These interventions will surely contribute to the attainment of the project objectives. We will be expected to ensure that the project remains on course to deliver the desired outcomes within the required timelines.
And the host Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule emphasized on the need for collaborated efforts.
Mchinga province is grateful
to the leadership of the government of the Republic of Zambia for championing the protection of our environment, such as the Luangwa catchment area. Provincial administration will therefore endeavor to strengthen collaboration among all key players, such as the traditional leaders in Mafinga.
Meanwhile, the Worldwide Fund, WWF, highlighted on the strides made by the implementing partner so far.
We are working to reduce land degradation and biodiversity loss in the headwaters of the Luangwa, which threaten the ongoing ecosystem service provisions across the whole sub-catchment.
The Sustainable Luangwa project seeks to address the threats of the Upper Luangwa sub-catchment. Henry Lumpa Jr., ZANIS, in Chinsali, Muchinga Province.
Still on agriculture news, government says it is committed to mitigating the drought situation in the country through the Drought Response Plan. And the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit National Coordinator Gabriel Pollard gives detail of what the Drought Response Plan agenda is about. Judith Mwinga reports.
Since the 29th of February 2024, when the Republican President Hakainde Hichilema declared the current drought situation as a national disaster and emergency, a number of interventions have been put in place in order to mitigate the situation. In this regard, government is committed to mitigating the situation through a national agenda called the Drought Response Plan. Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit National Coordinator, Dr. Gabriel Pollard, gives details of what the Drought Response Plan agenda is about.
So, upon declaration of the drought, an assessment was undertaken to ascertain the extent of the impact of the current drought. We activated what is known as the multi-sectoral response, and we birthed a document called the Drought Response Plan. So many of you may have had sight of it, the Drought Response Plan, which is basically a national agenda to address the adverse impact of the current drought.
In addition, Dr. Pollard comments on the anticipated floods by the Meteorological Department.
What the weather forecast has shown is information that we build into what we call an early warning system. So early warning system is the interface between government and the people, and also imposing that responsibility on the communities, engaging the communities and making them aware that they have a role to play. And in this case, they have to act before the catastrophe. We are asking communities to move to upperland.
Shangombo District Commissioner Muita Siamana is happy about the visit.
I'm happy that you decided to visit Shangombo so that you are able to see things physically and even actually going into the field. This will really give you a clear picture on how desperate the situation is.
Dr. Pollard was in Shangombo District in company of Deputy Secretary to the Cabinet in charge of administration, Dr. Oliver Kalabo, and Western Province Permanent Secretary, Simomo Akapelwa. The purpose of the visit was to see what interventions are being done in the district in terms of drought response. Judith Mwinga, reporting for ZANIS in Shangombo District of Western Province.
Government has started the distribution of agriculture inputs under the Farmer Input Support Program FISIP in Sinazongwe District. Ministry of Agriculture Technical Services Permanent Secretary John Mulongoti visited the district to check on the implementation process of the program. 3,500 farmers will benefit from 2024-2025 FISIP in the district. Pride Walia has the following report.
Minister of Agriculture Permanent Secretary John Mulongoti is impressed with the implementation process of the Farmer Input Support Program FISIP in Sinazongwe District. The PS witnessed the redeeming of agriculture inputs by some of the farmer beneficiaries through the Direct Input Supply System, DIS.
Here with you to witness how you are collecting the inputs under the Farmer Input Support Program. In Sinazongwe, you are getting 3 bags for D-compound. You are also getting 3 bags for urea. You are getting 10 kg seed of maize. Then you're also getting sunflower, and you're also getting sorghum. These packs you are getting are in your individual names. So we don't expect any of the recipient to share with another farmer. We are not on FISIP program. We also have another program which we call Sustainable Agriculture Financing Facility, or other people call it credit window.
Provincial Agriculture Coordinator, PACO, Alfred Sanjase, is happy with the direct input supply system being used to distribute the inputs to the beneficiaries because it is quick and efficient. The District Commissioner for Snazongwe District has also thanked government for supplying the inputs on time.
Province is implementing FISIP in two modalities, which is the direct input supply and using e-voucher. There's that period when the farmer is waiting for the authority to collect.
Njetu jisi ikutaligira mwagwa mana mbubona mbulimbu bagamba baleli bagainde kutino fertilizer wedere kusiga ku bantu mukindi temvula tayininga siga lina wampona sunumulo ogubweza abalo ba PS bali bwana tumulo ogubweza ikutegwa mwayinka omukubika munganda wa kulindira mvula.
Farmers have thanked the government for providing the inputs on time in order for them to prepare land and plant timely before the onset of the rains.
Tuwa programu embrimbu ya siga mbutu wachindijelede. Tio agulima tio lima kufamba na mvula mbitawe ebyo twashanga. Agufa utewa tuwata kufamba ne kutewa.
Pride Warrior, ZANIS, in Snazongwe District, Southern Province.
Lusaka Mayor Chilando Chitangala says as Zambia marks 60 years of independence, there is need to scale up cleanliness in the city in order to prevent disease outbreaks, especially that the rain season is about to start. Ms. Chitangala has since commended the Italian embassy for providing 42 waste bins along Cairo Road to manage litter, which poses a health risk to citizens. Speaking during the launch of the 2024 West No Waste Environment campaign organized by the Italian embassy in Lusaka, Ms. Chitangala said the 42 waste bins will reduce the volume of litter in the central business district. Ms. Chitangala also called for proper usage of the waste bins and that vandalism on the 42 drums will not be tolerated. And Italian ambassador to Zambia, Enrico De Agostini, said the aim of the movement is to raise awareness on the need for the citizens to stop indiscriminate disposal of waste in the city. He explained that the Italian embassy will continue to partner with Lusaka City Council to clean the city to prevent the outbreak of diseases such as cholera.
We would also like other stakeholders to come on board and join this movement. These litter bins will provide members of the public who are visiting and doing businesses in the central business district with facilities where they can conveniently dispose of waste. Thank you so much. Dispose of solid waste. I must hasten to state that these bins are there for the convenience of those working in central business district, and as such, they are not meant for disposal of waste that is generated by the business community. The biggest problem that we've had, I must mention, is that some of these shops here in central business district do not subscribe to garbage collection. So these bins that are being installed today are not meant for the shop owners to come with your waste from shops and come and dispose of in these bins. These bins are meant for the people that are walking around in the central business district to dispose of their waste, which means it's just bottles, paper, and plastic.
It is the fact that people accept it as normal. It is not normal. We can change that attitude. And today we're starting to do that. Now, next year, we will get the schools involved. The private schools will raise more money to come and do cleanup campaigns in various parts of the city. And they will partner with public schools so that every kid in town knows that it's not okay to litter, that we can dispose of solid waste in a correct way. And that is why today we're inaugurating symbolically These bins that we are installing on Cairo Road, they are metal drums and they are made in different colors, blue, green, and yellow. They represent different kinds of waste. We have to keep them separated.
Government, through the Ministry of Tourism, has held the resident hunters raffle selection for the 2024 hunting season, which promotes responsible and sustainable hunting practices in the country. Ministry of Tourism Permanent Secretary Evans Muhanga says obtaining licenses is essential for hunters because it ensures the conservation of wildlife population and protects endangered species. Speaking at the raffle draw, Mr. Muhanga, who was represented by National Parks and Wildlife Director Dominic Nchinda, emphasized the need to regulate hunting activities. Mr. Muhanga stated that the ministry aims to strike a balance between economic benefits and environmental sustainability. And Hunters Association of Zambia representative Benson Kapaya urged the hunters to start hunting early before rain season. Mr. Kapaya cautioned the hunters not to go beyond their licenses when hunting to conserve wildlife.
The 2024 hunting licenses are awarded impartially to deserving citizens, established residents, and bona fide hunters. Further, I implore all the successive applicants to only harvest what is on the license and not to engage in any illegalities. We shall not hesitate to prosecute anyone who is found wanting. Any infringement, we've had in the past people harvesting more than what has been awarded to them. We won't allow that this time around.
This year, I'm sure, is very, very much subscribed to. I'm sure everybody is keen to hear if their names will come out. For those of us who win something this year, please let's prepare so that we start hunting a bit early to avoid the rain season. Let's conduct ourselves and make sure that we don't interfere with the laid-down procedures. As we camp, let's make sure that our camps are clean, and when we are leaving, we leave a better environment.
As we end the news, a recap of the stories that made headlines. President Hichilema graces Malaila traditional ceremony. Luansha Fisenge Masangano Road works progress. Plus, construction of multi-million kwacha seed plant in Kawe nears completion. On behalf of my sign language interpreter Renard Sekonda, my name is Nora Chimupi. Pleasant viewing.